All right, rivalry week. We're here. Very excited just about the opportunity. We've got a lot going on this weekend. We've got 16 seniors that we're going to be recognizing before the game and hopefully throughout the game with their performance. It's Fan Appreciation Day at Raymond James Stadium. We're giving away a lot of merchandise. I mean, there's televisions and Nintendo Switches and all kinds of things when you come to the game, coming in the door. There's all kinds of things, so I want to give a shout-out to our fans. Tell them, number one, appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Be loud, be proud. We'll give you something to cheer for on the field. A lot to play for. Obviously, this will be the last time for a while that we have the war on I-4, and it's a tremendous rivalry just because of the geography, right, and the location of both great universities. And our kids, the majority of both rosters are comprised of Florida kids. And a lot of these kids played with each other, played against each other, and have known each other growing up the majority of their life. So that just makes this rivalry just special. This will be the 14th meeting, and it'll be the last for a while. So the kids on our roster the kids on both rosters will not have a shot at each other in this rivalry or in the regular season again, based on current future schedules, and I don't believe that'll change with them leaving the conference. So we have a chance to win the War on I-4 trophy, and we also have a chance to keep them from having an opportunity to win another trophy. Based on last week's events, they need to win this game to get into the conference championship game. So we're kind of playing for two trophies, one for us to keep here in Tampa, and then one for us to keep them having the opportunity to play for. And our kids are excited about that opportunity. With that being said, it's about us. They have a good ball club. They've done a very good job. That's why they have the opportunity to play to get into the conference championship game. But our focus needs to be on us and handling our business and performing well on our end. And I believe if we focus on us and minimize the self-inflicted errors or self-inflicted wounds, we'll put ourselves in a position to be able to win this ball game and get ourselves a trophy. At that note, let's open it up for some questions.
Coach, how about some of the Thanksgiving weekend rivalries you partook of? Of course, at ULM, you had Louisiana and others that you may have had that you could share.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think College Game Day kind of took one that I was a part of this last weekend, the Cat Grizz game that's played up in Montana State. I think when I was up there, it was 116th, 117th meeting. Now they're up in the 120s of how many times that game has been played. And it's a neat rivalry. That's why College Game Day ended up there this last weekend. But that's what the end of the season's about. It's about these rivalries. And at the end of the day, we're not where we want to be as a program right now, and that's why we're going through change. But I'll promise you this: it all comes off when we get into these games. And throw the records out the window, and let's get two teams that know each other very well, and a lot of kids that know each other. Two programs that are geographically located very close, and let's go out there and let's play some football. And our kids are excited about that, and that's what rivalries are for. And typically they're in-state, they're located close. There's a lot of fan engagement. They know each other. You got people coming from Orlando to come over here that are Bulls fans, and you got people in town that might be the other team's fans. But you end up getting a good crowd, and it ends up being an exciting day.
How much are you guys in the building talking about the fact that this is the last one for a while? Is that something you're
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I addressed that with the team this morning, and then on Sunday in our team meeting, I addressed, the situation that we're in too. I mean, it's the last time. I mean, our room's going to look a lot different come this Sunday. And that's just the reality of it. Or come this Monday when we have another team meeting, and that's the reality of the situation. And our group is trying to enjoy our time together because it will look different. And there's going to be 16 seniors that are not going to be playing anymore. That's one piece of it. That's the normal piece of it. Then obviously there's going to be some change on the perimeter of the room. And with that, that'll probably create some change on the inside of the room. So we've been very open about that, and that focuses on us. It's in enjoying today's practice, which we did. We had great energy, started outside, had some great energy, did some things inside, and created some fun for the players. And I think they're enjoying their time together. And I think that's the most important thing. And it's one thing we stress, and I try and stress it to everybody in the room. Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. And I believe our players are doing that right now, regardless of the previous circumstance, right? Learn from the past. Well, let's live right now. And we have a great opportunity in front of us, and it's not about Saturday yet. It's about today. So we had a good practice today. We'll get prepared as a staff. We'll watch the film. We'll do everything we can today. Our players will do the same. We'll get back up tomorrow and get ready to go and win the day. Just win today. Every individual doing their job. Good things will happen for us.
So you're acknowledging almost that with that, you just said, you've got your 16 seniors that are going to walk. You're almost kind of admitting to the fact that you're going to see some change in other areas, whether that be transfers, whether that be people moving on. Is that just the era of college football we partake in, where guys are going to be looking at options, after Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily say that part of it. I'm referring to any college roster at the end of the season sees attrition. And has the transfer portal played a piece in that? Yes. But prior to the transfer portal, any college roster is going to see attrition. And that's from kids deciding they want to do something else, kids not handling their business. Maybe then they have to be moved on from there. But there's always going to be attrition on a roster. And when there's change, typically you see a little bit more. As far as all that's concerned, no, that's not what I was referring to. I was just referring to attrition on a roster in general.
Coach Byrum wanted an outing on Friday night, not only with his arm, but with his legs too. And of course, you had a front row seat. It was really something else to see how he performed that night.
Great to see. And I believe maybe it was Will asked me after the game, was I surprised? And not in a negative way at all, but no. Since the day he got here, he is prepared for that opportunity. And he's prepared properly. And he's carried himself well. And you guys will get a chance to speak with him here in a little bit. He shows up on a daily basis and kind of goes along with what I'm saying. He shows up and he does his job. And in that role, you have to have that about you to be able to carry the team. And it wasn't, in my eyes, it wasn't a true freshman stepping in this big moment in this huge game. He's been preparing for that moment his whole life. And that's why I think you saw the product that he put on the field. And obviously the things around him really help with that. We were able to run the ball. He got the ball out to some playmakers' hands. And they were able to make some plays. And then that frees up him being able to run the ball a little bit. But he is athletic, and that helps. But he did an excellent job. And I hope he makes another big jump from game 1 to game 2. And that would help us out a lot this weekend.
Obviously, national spotlight being on that game on Friday. Travis Trickett got a lot of praise from some of the national media of what he was able to do with, a 4th-string quarterback at that point, a true freshman, Weave being out, a couple other guys being out. Just, what can you say about what he's been able to do scheming around some of these injuries, especially over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think 2 pieces of that. One, he's an excellent ball coach, and our offensive staff is an excellent staff. And it's unfortunate that we haven't got the results we wanted in the win column. But at the end of the day, those guys are doing their job. Show up, prepare, watch the film, study, and have put our kids in situations to be able to make plays, and they've made them. And you saw that. And even with some different guys on the roster being there, they stepped up. And that's obviously a compliment to the staff, right, finding a way, and Coach Trickett calling the plays, getting them in those positions. But it's a compliment to the players that you got to be prepared. Your opportunity's coming. And when your opportunity comes, step up. You saw the tight end room. All of a sudden, step up. And guys, where did this guy come from? We got tight ends catching touchdowns that hadn't caught passes or only caught 2. Sean Atkins shows up and ends up having a 100-yard game. Hadn't had one of those in his career, I don't believe, and 9 receptions and did a great job. But the guys stepping up when their opportunity presents itself, and it takes the preparation on a daily basis to be able to do that. But yes, absolutely, the offensive staff and Coach Trickett, play calling, did an excellent job getting those guys in positions to be successful.
What jumps out to you when you just watch UCF on film?
They're a good ball club. There's a reason they're ranked in the top 25 for multiple weeks. They're long, they're athletic. Obviously on offense, their tempo. They've done a lot of different things on offense, and they play with great tempo. They execute, and I don't think they don't press. They stay the course, and they keep working to try and find what they know what they do well, and they keep doing it and they keep doing it until they try and get someone else to make a mistake. And when it does, it usually works out for them in their favor. And then defensively, they're physical, they're aggressive. They got some big defense linemen up front that have played well. They got some speed in the secondary. They play well at the linebacker position. They're a darn good ball club. They're well coached. Their staff does an excellent job. A lot of seasoned coaches that put their kids in positions to be successful. And looking forward to that battle this week.
Obviously, they've kind of been, switching quarterbacks between Plumlee and Keene. You guys saw Keene last year. Plumlee obviously has been really good as a runner this year. Is the preparation for two quarterbacks? I know Gus said earlier in the week that Plumlee will get the start, but are you kind of making sure that you have something ready for Keene as well?
They need to be ready for both of them to be in the game and have a plan for both of them. And whichever one trots out there to start, we'll be ready for him. And then whatever they do throughout the course of the game, that piece is out of our control. So we'll have a plan for both. And however that goes throughout the course of the game, we'll be ready to adjust.
What have you seen just from Plumlee alone, and obviously the run defense being what it is this week? What do you have to do against a guy that's been just dynamite as a runner?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, both of them have been very successful this year on the football field. Period. They've done an excellent job on offense. They've been able to move the ball. But yeah, you better be prepared for his ability to run the ball, and he's very good at it. So you have to account for him. Which means there could be some situations on the perimeter that are a little bit different. But if you don't account for them, you're going to pay. And we better be prepared for that. We will be prepared for that, excuse me.
Just as somebody who's been around the sport for a while, what are your feelings on this rivalry ending? I know that's not going to affect the game itself, but humor me for a second.
It's awesome. That's why we play the game, is for these opportunities, right? You're looking at two teams, one that's vying for a shot at the conference championship game. They win, they're in. That's the way it is. For us, our season hasn't gone the way we want it to. So we have the opportunity to go out there and, number one, win ourselves a trophy that none of our kids have held. We don't have a kid in our room that's held that I-4 trophy. So let's go get it, and let's keep it here for a while. And then whatever happens down the road, happens down the road. And then, two, we have an opportunity to keep them from playing for a championship. And that's what this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is all about in so many different areas. And then geographically, right, we've got kids from that area. They've got kids from this area. So then it gets into, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all these times. They're going back to their high schools. They're around each other. And it's an opportunity to have some bragging rights in an area where we're close by, and that's what rivalry week's about. So we're fired up about that.
What about the fact that, as you said, this is going to be the last one for a while?
Yeah, I think that's important. In all honesty, I don't like that part of it, but way out of my control. I'd love to continue to play those guys, especially with it right here, but. That's so far out of my control. It is what it is. So we got a chance, and it's not going to happen for a while. And like I said, the young kids on our roster, this will be their one shot. Unless something changes dramatically, I don't think they will have another opportunity to play against these guys. So, and that's for both teams. So it just makes it just a little bit more, right? And that's the fun leading up to the game, right? That's all week long, all the things back and forth, the fans, the players, the high school coaches, all that stuff's great. When Saturday at 7 p.m. rolls around on, I believe, ESPN2, nationally televised game, put the ball down. Let's play football. And that's what it gets to at that point. So we'll put the ball down. We'll be ready, whether it's kickoff return. I know they will be as well.
So you were around, the state UNC rivalry for a long time as a kid. I'm sure living in Raleigh. Just What's the extra amount of juice that's included in rivalry week?
The extra amount of juice is knowing guys from the opposing team and just having that that little edge that you can say, we beat you and all that. So of course there's always gonna be a little bit more. You always gonna give a little bit more because of rivalry week.
When you came here, Byrum, what was your level of awareness of the rivalry between USF and UCF, Did some of the players talk about it, you know, as your time went on here through spring ball and into the season?
I didn't know much about it, but I knew it was a rival. And then we actually had one of the guys from the team up the street, Mike Lofton. And when he first got here, coach introduced him, and he said the team up the street. So I knew it had to be a big rivalry if he wouldn't even mention the name.
Is that how you refer to them?
Yes, sir.
You excited for Saturday? Is that, I mean, you're coming off an outstanding outing against Tulsa. Are you excited for, it'll be the last game in the rivalry. You're coming to an end, at least for the time being. But I just want to, how you're feeling about going into Saturday and playing UCF?
I'm feeling good, ready to get back out there, end the season off the right way, hopefully with a dub, and that's really it.
There wasn't a lot of tape on you prior to last week. How does it change your preparation, change anything the way you go about your approach to this game?
I'm going to continue to do the same thing, meet with GB, Trey, listen to Coach Trickett like I always do, and prepare like I have even when I wasn't playing, just prepare to do my best and see where that goes.
UCF has an outstanding defense. I was wondering what are some of the things that you may see in that? When you're looking at their film, some of the things that you stand out about the defense?
So they're very athletic. They do a lot of stuff, but I'm going to get a deeper dive. Right after this, I'm going to meet with GB, so.
How hungry is the locker room to get that more on I-4 trophy?
Very hungry, because we'll know we'll have it for 5 years because we won't be playing them. And mainly the seniors, they would like to go out the right way with a dub, so can't wait to do that.
How much have you guys talked about the fact that this is going to be the last chance anybody has for who knows how long?
Coach Prato mentioned it this meeting. He said, he said, raise your hands if anyone's beat them. No one has, but he said, what a great way to bring that trophy here and have it for 5 years and know that we ended this season out the right way.
You mentioned GB a couple of times. Could you expound upon how much help he's been giving you?
Him and Trey have been tremendous help. They watch film with me, extra film. Even in practice, they would say, "Oh, why'd you go there? Why'd you go there?" So they're being, even though they're not able to play, they're coaching me up and telling me and getting me prepared for what they've gone through and what I might see.
So wait a second, they were picking on your incompletions when you were 21 for 21? That's good. No. Did you know that was going on when it was happening? I know you don't look at the stats during the game, but did you have a sense at least maybe?
No, sir, I was just doing my job. I mean, Coach Trickett said, worry about the process, not the result. So I was just doing what I was coached to do, and that was the outcome, I guess.
You guys did let a lot of tricks out of the bag, for lack of a better term. Mike Lofton lined up as a H-back one time. You guys have the flea flicker. You guys do a lot of different things in that first half against Tulsa. Are there still, without giving anything away, are there still some more tricks in the bag for Saturday against UCF?
Of course.
I said without giving any plays away.
Oh, I'm not. I wasn't gonna say that away. But
That's the answer I need to know, Wayne.
we have a great game plan. Coach Trey, he always has something dialed up, and we're just gonna go out there and execute.
Go ahead. Dwayne won't interfere with the
I wasn't gonna say anything.
No, Wayne gave me all the answer I needed. He gave me all the answer I needed. We're good.
Any questions for Byrum? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Byrum.
Trusted freshman. All right, senior linebacker Dwayne Boyles. Got to 100 tackles last week, just 13th player to do that. He's now 7th on the career tackles list with over 300.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing today?
Don't worry, I know I can't get the senior with that question. Just, this is gonna be it, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be it. I asked you at the beginning of the season if it hits you then. Is it hitting you now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's in me now. But I'm trying not to focus on that right now. Just trying to lead my guys, you know what I'm saying, to another win. I'm trying to bring home that I-4 trophy. So that's like my main focus right now. But I'm getting it's creeping up. Once that game, man, on Saturday, then it's definitely gonna hit more.
Byrum was asked about the hunger and winning that trophy, the last one, at least for the time being, and it's certainly your case, Dwayne, and the other veterans that have been here have not defeated UCF. So you can talk about the hunger that's going on inside you right now.
Yeah, like the whole team is hungry. Even like the new guys that just came here this year, or the guys that wasn't along. You know what I'm saying? The time that I was here, but we're all hungry. We want this win. We know this is gonna be the last time we play UCF in about 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years. Yeah. So we want to make sure we bring home that trophy. You know what I'm saying? The right way. It's hate week. It's hate week. It's UCF. So of course we want to get the bragging rights before all of this ends. So that's all I can say about that.
How do you describe this rivalry and what it's like to play in?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Can you like?
Just being on the field against those guys, what separates that from other games?
Just I don't know. It's really the battle of I-4. Like we really want the bragging rights. You know. So stepping on the field, it's a lot of intensity on both sides. A lot of hate between both sides. A lot of trash talking going on. Of course, everybody not gonna be able to see or hear it. But it's a lot of, I won't say bad energy, but it's good energy at the same time. So, for the fans and things like that. So yeah.
What would it mean to you to go out with winning that one?
That would mean everything, especially with everything that transpired this year. It is what it is. What happened in the past, that's the past. But we got this game right now. We got that trophy. You know what I'm saying? That's what our eyes on right now. So it will mean a lot to me.
As a senior, is it kind of disappointing to think that the players coming below you or in the next season won't have this rivalry to look forward to?
Yeah, it is because it's a unique rivalry. We don't have no other team that. I'll say Tulsa is creeping up there, but we don't have another team like UCF where we could just battle along with each other. Also, it's the battle for Florida and the battle of I-4, you know what I'm saying, something that's close to us. So I feel for those guys because it's a great rivalry. It's been great for the past few years that I've been here, even though we haven't gotten the outcome that I wanted, but it is what it is. Every time I went out there, either to play at their field or play at our field, it was lots of fun.
The last couple games have been, entertaining back and forth. The last two, with the high scoring one back in Ray J in 2020, and then last year came down the last play. I mean, you guys haven't been that far away from these guys, on the field. What's it got? What do you have to do to just, finally get over that hump?
Just to finish strong, finish well. Don't try to go through this week with that lackadaisical mindset. You know what I'm saying? Just push through and finish through. No matter what's transpired this season, no matter what happened, the good and the bad, forget about it, put it in the past. Now it's the time right now. And that's all I can say about that. Yeah.
And you look at the Tulsa game. It was a game that you guys were chasing late. How important, you guys got that early lead. How important is it to keep pouring it on and not have to chase games and come back a couple scores, in the third, fourth quarter?
Yeah, it's very important because it's definitely hard playing from behind. But I feel like we've beaten ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing the other team has done. We just beaten ourselves with mistakes, penalties, things like that. So, can you ask the question again? I kind of got off track. I was thinking
just, what do you guys have to do to, not have to chase games?
Just keep on, do what we do. Don't make no mistakes. Don't make no bonehead mistakes. Don't beat ourselves, basically. Because we got the talent, we got the players, we got the scheme, we got the coaches, we got everything we need. So it's just about us not beating ourselves. That's it.
Anything else for Dwayne? All right.
Good.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, nice seeing y'all. Thank you.